audit purchase. Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And welcome to episode 15 of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It's free and easy for you to do, and it really helps the channel grow. So with all that out of the way, guys, once again, welcome to episode 15 of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. And yes, I am wearing my Spider-Man shirt because Spider-Man came out as of the day I'm filming this. Do not worry, I will not reveal any spoilers. However, I will just say that I absolutely love the movie for the fact that it merged what we love now, the MCU Spider-Man, and what we loved back then with the villains, you know, Doc Ock and Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. The second I heard that laugh, and that's not a spoiler because he's in the trailers, but the second I heard him laugh in the movie, I felt like I was 6 years old watching Spider-Man 2002 all over again. That's all I'm going to give you guys for Spider-Man right now during this portion of the podcast. I'm going to save the rest for my second portion when I talk with my co-host, Chris. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about a lot of the stuff you see here on the table. Actually, before we get into that, starting in 2022 on Wednesdays, I'm going to try to start a weekly live on my Instagram over on CoolFigurez. So I'm going to try to make it a weekly thing and have a co-host each week. I'm going to try to mix it up and have a different co-host. I don't know if I'm going to post every single one of those here on the podcast, although if it is like, you know, a special interview or something with someone, I will most likely put it into the podcast. But if it becomes more like I just hang out with the same people every week, I'll probably just leave it up on Instagram and whatnot. So to kick things off in 2022, I actually have already a co-guest host lined up for you guys, and it is Jason B. Michael. And if you don't know who he is, guys, he's an amazing toy photographer, and I look up to him in terms of toy photography and everything that he does in that sense. He creates such storytelling, story-driven photos. You can just tell by looking at his images that there's a story behind it, and there's just so much effort, and they always just come out looking so crisp and clean. So super excited to talk to him about, you know, toys, mezco, toy photography, and so much more, guys. So stay tuned for that. January 6th, 2022, the first ever Coffee and Toys weekly hangout and whatnot, you know. So try to make it a weekly thing, get a little more engagement with you guys and other collectors in the community. So yeah, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into this week's toy haul. As you can see, Christmas has definitely come, and it wasn't a miss, thankfully. It is now a mez. Not a miss, but a mez, because both Holiday Gomez and Cousin Eddie arrived from you in the same week, just in time for holiday picks. So unfortunately, I did not get my behind the scenes toy photography picks out on Friday. However, I did get my review of Cousin Eddie out on Friday because I was going to see Spider-Man Thursday night. So a lot of stuff was going on. So I at least got the review out for Cousin Eddie for you guys, but by the time this video goes up, my behind the scenes toy photography shoot should have gone up. However, it's probably going to be a very short one because I don't want to reveal the holiday pictures. You know, I'll probably maybe include the behind the scenes, but I won't include the finished image because I want them to be surprised, you know, the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day pictures. So, but leading up to it, I'm still going to do some Christmassy stuff, so that should be some fun that I'm going to do today. But yeah, guys, the advent calendar did come in with Cousin Eddie, and something that I thought would be fun is opening up today's little pocket here on the CoolFigurez channel. So why don't I go ahead and show it to you. It is in the style of It is in the style of Boom Boom right here in the Christmas one, just like the one that you get with Holiday Gomez right here. So very similar, except on the back, they went ahead and put a bunch of great Mezco stickers. So I'm going to move it side to side because I know the ring light always catches a glare on stuff like this. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it around this way again and do the same thing. So that way, hopefully you guys can get a nice close look. And the cool thing is that the handle does actually come up and there's some detailing on the top. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Right here, there's some Velcro piece right there, right there. And when you open it up, you get the nice Mezco holiday picture. And on the bottom, you get some Mezits working. I was going to flip it the other way around, but I don't want to drop it. So I did open up day 12 to get Cousin Eddie out and day 1 because by the time I got it, there's only 9 days left till Christmas. So I had 3 extra ones, and I got a little excited. So yesterday I opened up another one. And next week will actually be posted the day after Christmas, and I'll actually be recording on Christmas Eve. And I said I was going to open 2 on Christmas Eve and 2 on Christmas for the last remaining 2 extra ones that I have. So today I'm only going to open up 1, but thankfully next week's podcast will be on Christmas Eve, so we'll open up 2 of these things. So I don't want to knock over Gomez and Cousin Eddie, so I'm going to go ahead and place it back here. Let's see. I accidentally tore it a bit when I was trying to get Cousin Eddie out. I was a little too excited. I know it's gonna tear and stuff, but at the same time, you don't want it super tear. You know, if you tear it along the lines, it's okay. But I kind of tore it just a little too much, like it ripped. So opening this up. All right, so here's number 2. Opening it up. What is it? Hold on. Oh, it's another Mezit. Let's see here. Oh, it's the holiday Mezit. Is that all it comes with? 1, 2. Okay. Alright guys, so day 2. So day 1 was actually the holiday grub right here. And I know we got the same grub with Gomez, but I want to go ahead and bring it to people's attention just in case they couldn't tell or that they didn't know the difference. The one with the advent calendar is this one with the blacked out eyes. The one that came with holiday Gomez came with the green eyes, much like Gomez himself. So they are right here on next to their respected figures that they came with. I don't know why I put the present next to that one when it came with this one, but it is what it is. But you do get a little holiday Mezit right here. So he does come with a nice little Santa hat and candy cane. And to be honest, you could probably give this candy cane to Gomez and it'll be in scale. So, you know, it's just another accessory that you can use with your holiday Gomez or even your Cousin Eddie. Maybe Cousin Eddie gets a little too lit and he starts trying to smoke a candy cane. I think that'd be a really cool toy pick, in my opinion. But that's just me thinking out loud. But really cool. I mean, it is what it is. It's an advent calendar. You're supposed to get a little cool stuff. We obviously know what we're going to be getting. I just can't wait to get to the fun stuff that... I just realized that I was supposed to be playing holiday music in the background. And my dumbass never pressed play, guys. So, I thought it was a little quiet in here, but let's just pretend that that's been playing this whole entire time. Maybe I'll cut in some holiday music in the background for this episode just because, yeah, that should have been playing this whole entire time. Or maybe I'll leave it in just to show you guys that not everything we do is perfect, right? So anyways, guys, holiday Mezit right here. So we're going to add him to the display right here. So talking about holiday Gomez, guys, like I said, he did happen to arrive. So we talked about Cousin Eddie coming as well. He came second to Holiday Gomez, and he did arrive in the advent calendar. So Holiday Gomez did arrive in this amazing box right here that looks like a present. Super cool, obviously super festive. And it did include this awesome Christmas card from Mezco Toys. And it comes with this awesome holiday base, obviously, since they all come with a base, except for Cousin Eddie. I don't think Cousin Eddie came with one because... unless I bust this open and see if there's a base inside, but I don't think it does. So, I I have plenty of 112 collected bases anyways. But anyways, yeah, that's the box that Holiday Gomez came in. So Holiday Gomez is a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to shoot him. And even though he's Holiday Gomez, like I said in my review, there's so many possibilities. Even with Cousin Eddie, just a simple change of clothes, and you can utilize these figures year round. And it's not like there aren't clothing options on eBay, to buy and stuff. So definitely cool figures that I am looking forward to utilizing, not only right now during the holidays and the Christmas season, but also all throughout the year. Maybe get Gomez some swim trunks and a tank top, or Cousin Eddie, like some joggers and a jacket. Or you know what, my Street Gomez has an extra jacket, so just get Cousin Eddie some pants and zip up the jacket, and he doesn't even need a shirt. So there's a lot of possibilities. So a lot of fun to be had with these guys, especially in this coming week. I have a lot of fun ideas for some holiday picks, especially with the Mezits and the Grubs for Mezco Monday. I have a real fun idea to do, whether or not I win Mezco Monday or not. I have this idea in my head. I think it's going to be really fun, and I really want to do it. So yeah, guys, I'm super happy to have gotten these guys in, and especially before Christmas, because now I can have at least a week of holiday fun with these guys. And next year, I'm thinking about doing a holiday Christmas card type thing with these guys. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I will obviously bring this up once again next year, just to remind you guys and stuff. So anyways, guys, that is not all that came in this week. As you can see, we got plenty more here. So let's go ahead and get into this as well. So I pre-ordered the Obi-Wan Kenobi archive a long time ago, and he was slated for, I believe, November, early December, and then all of a sudden it said it was coming in January. Then randomly someday I get a package, and sure enough, he's in the box. And now my 501st troopers are saying they're going to show up on Monday. Whether they do, I don't know. We'll find out Monday. So if they're here on the table next week, you'll know they showed up. If they're not, then they obviously didn't. And yes, I say they because I got multiples. So next up was the Yellow Ranger from GameStop. I did pre-order him or her. I can't remember in the A squad if it's a him or a her. I did pre-order them a long time ago. And they finally showed up, so that's pretty cool. Same thing with the green SPD A squad. Funny story, I was just chilling in my room, and all of a sudden I hear somebody talking on the phone, and I just hear, and then my dog goes crazy, obviously, and so I wait for them to leave, and then I open the door and I look out, and there's two packages, one's for my sister and one's for me. I'm like, the heck is this? Because I wasn't expecting anything that day. And I rip it open, and lo and behold, it's the Green Ranger from Best Buy. And literally about an hour and a half to 2, Best Buy texted me saying they delivered my order. It's like, yes, I know. Thanks for even letting me know it had shipped out. But you know what? It got here safe and sound, and I'm super happy to add him, especially a Green Ranger. I'm always happy to add a Green Ranger because if you can't tell, green, it's my favorite color. So, and I try to make that abundantly clear in almost every video that I post somehow. It just somehow makes its way into things. But super happy to have these two guys now. I believe I'm only missing the red A squad. I don't think they have a pink Ranger because the red A squad Ranger is a female in the SPD TV show. So I believe I'm only missing her, and then I'll have all of the A squad, and I'm just missing the Yellow Ranger from SPD B squad, but they haven't made her yet, so I'm just waiting on her, and I'm waiting almost a Time Force. They've only made Red Ranger, so Ninja Storm is definitely a wish list, and I hope they do that one soon. Anyways, guys, moving on to the next toys that we see here. Obviously, we have the new McFarlane, 3 Jokers, 2 Jokers, and Red Hood. So yeah, this came in from GameStop. I had pre-ordered him originally from Walmart, and then they had announced that he was a GameStop exclusive as well. And I saw online that he was in stock and ready to ship at GameStop, and so was the Yellow Ranger from A Squad, and that's when I picked up both. And lo and behold, he showed up, and after it said it had shipped, I canceled my Walmart order because my friend Robert actually ordered from there, and his delivery date got updated to January to February, or no, to January something like that. I don't really remember exactly, but so I'm happy I got it from GameStop, and then thanks to him, he was able to get me a Red Hood and a Joker, a Clown Joker from the 3 waves, or the 3 Jokers waves. So super cool to add these guys to my collection, even though he Unfortunately, his or all three of these guys have fallen victim to the whole no guns thing or no real weapons things. 'Cause honestly, he could have came with a switchblade and it would have been cool. Thankfully, I have those Fortnite guns that I'm having Robert paint up for me to put onto Red Hood. And then this guy totally should have came with the revolver he used in the storyline of The Killing Joke, but it is what it is. But yeah, super happy to have these guys. Now I'm just missing Batman and the Criminal Joker, which I do have both pre-ordered on Amazon. So hopefully they come in sooner rather than later. But we'll find out. So last but not least, we have, or actually not last but not least, because we have one more thing to talk about. But the last thing that we have here that's open that we got in this past week is the new Batman Beyond Blight from McFarlane Toys. Now, this guy was actually found in store at my local Target. However, they told me they would not sell it to me until the 15th. And I was going to go there the 15th. However, the next day I got a shipping notification for him. So I was like, don't even worry about it. I don't have to worry about it, which is nice. And so lo and behold, literally this morning, crack of dawn, my mom's leaving for work at like 8 o'clock and she's like, oh, there's a package here. And I'm like, the fuck? A package that early? Like, okay. And lo and behold, Target delivered my Blight. So early bird gets the worm, I guess. But it was just super early. I don't think I've ever had a package delivered that early. So it was kind of like, oh shit, okay. But yeah, so the last thing I do want to talk about is, of course, the Retro 66 Riddler right here, which once again, thank you to my friend Robert for finding him. I am in on this wave. I am not, however, all in on this wave because I am a little disappointed that Todd didn't give us the surfboards with the Joker and the Batman in swimming trunks. So I don't think those are going to be pickups for me. I think I'm going to have to pass on them simply because I was really hoping that they came with the surfboard so I could display them holding the surfboards side by side. But it seems like that's just not what's going to be included. It's just going to be the basic Batman and Joker figure like this and then the basic accessories like this. And I have to be honest, guys. This was a fun and cool idea at first, but now that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I just have so many. They're just sitting around in a drawer or in an accessory pocket thing that I have. So I mean, they're cool, but don't get me wrong. But I just have so many doing nothing. So, but yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to this week's toy haul. But this will be the unboxing of this week, so stay tuned for that before we get into everything else. So that should wrap it up. Let me see. Oh, let me know down in the comments below. Should I do my top 10 figures of 2021 in next week's podcast on episode 16? Let me know down in the comments below. Or should I make it a separate video? Or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But anyways, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some toy news. Starting off with McFarlane. They did solicit pre-orders for their gigantic Batmo Beast, which is essentially like Batman's consciousness as the Batmobile. Just personally not my thing, even though I'm a huge Batman fan. It's just Batman as the Batmobile just isn't my thing. On top of that, the big price point of $79 for it. And this thing is definitely going to hit clearance. So I would suggest waiting, guys, if I were you. So I would wait for it to hit clearance, especially if it goes to Target stores or Walmart's. It's definitely gonna hit clearance. If it stays on Amazon, it probably still will hit a price drop eventually because I don't see too much hype behind that. And at that price point, I saw a lot of people just saying like, well, "Nah, it's not worth it." And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really believe this price hike in plastic, and I'll give you facts and my theory behind this because it's not like a conspiracy theory. Once again, I forgot to turn something on for you guys. But the reason I say this is because they solicit these toys at these prices, yet as soon as they hit shelves in stores, people are finding them on clearance. So it's like, why are you charging X amount when the second they hit stores, you're charging Y? Now, that's obviously not every single toy, but there is a large percentage that all of a sudden you see them on clearance in stores and people haven't gotten their pre-orders, or it's sold out pre-order wise and they're hitting clearance in stores. But I don't know. That's just my own opinion. However, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but that's open for debate. If you guys want to let me know in the comments if you guys have any insight on it. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the next thing that McFarlane solicited. And I'm not a fan of this franchise. However, I did pre-order one thing from it, and that is his new Witcher figures from McFarlane Toys. And I did pre-order the horse. And I may pick up one or two more because I was not impressed with the whole Dark Knight Returns wave that he's doing. The Joker looked really bad. Carrie Kelly's just not a figure that I want. And so it was really just Batman. And the Superman looks a little too. And I have a DC Direct Batman, Superman, Carrie Kelly, and Joker display already. They are articulated figures, really. They have articulation, but they're very limited. They're more like very limited posable statues. The Joker can just move his wrists like this. I mean, Batman has knee articulation, but he's really just in a crouching pose. And so I really don't have the need for him, but I do like the Batman, and I like that he has more articulation than the DC Direct one that I do have. So I did pre-order that guy. However, I did not pre-order the other ones, so I did not get the horse. And so I may actually buy another McFarlane horse for my Dark Knight Returns Batman, because I actually bought the horse for my McFarlane Spawn figure, because I mean, he's Gunslinger Spawn, he should be on horse, right? So that's the whole reason I bought him. But I might pick up another one just for the fact that I may want to put my Dark Knight Returns Batman on the horse, just to, you know, redo that scene on my display shelf. So that's probably what I'm going to do after I finish recording. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and move on into NECA before I start talking myself into something else. So no new actual reveals or anything from NECA. Rather, just an in-hand shot at the new Raphael mixed with Universal Frankenstein's monster right here, and it looks really cool. I definitely have to put my pre-order in for that, since we now have an in-hand look at that. So you know, super cool. I'm super excited about that line. It mashes two fun things and two great things, and the fact that these look like very unique sculpts. And what I mean by that, obviously they're unique because, you know, it's a mashup, but what I mean is, like, they're not really based on any real standing turtle franchise. You know, it looks like they're taking elements from the 1990s Turtles, but at the same time, it looks like they're still NECA-fying it a bit. So super cool and excited about that line. Let me know if you guys picked this guy up and if you're waiting on your pre-order to come in. So with that being said, guys, there's really not too much news this week. With it being the week before Christmas, I feel like companies are already on their Christmas break in terms of like the higher ups, the executives and stuff like that, in terms of like the idea people. And they're probably focused on just trying to get out what they already have. And, you know, they're not really focused on like generating new ideas right now. And that's what I mean. They're probably hard at work trying to get the product that they've promised us throughout 2021 now, you know, in this Christmas time. So it's very little, but we still have a little bit of news to talk about in the terms of Star Wars. So there was a leak of this year's holiday figures. When was Hasbro going to show us these? I mean, Christmas is literally next week. After next week, I doubt there's going to be any hype to pick those up. I mean, maybe some collectors are going to want it if they have last year's and whatnot, but I personally would have only wanted the Mandalorian one, simply because I love Mandalorians, and I would have loved to put them out for the Christmas time. But Christmas is literally next week, so even if we were to place our order Monday, I highly doubt they would even get here by the weekend for our holiday celebrations and whatnot. So who knows, guys? Who knows what's going on in Hasbro? I mean, this is the same team that brought us the Rancor, so I mean, you gotta think about that, guys. You have to think that, you know, obviously they're not really putting too much thought into shit out there. But it is what it is. Like I said, we are gonna get a Mandalorian, a Biker Scout, a C-3PO, and a First Order Stormtrooper. So if that's your thing, look out for them. If that's not your thing, then I guess pass like I am. But anyways, we do have our first in-hand look at Mace Windu from the 2002 Clone Wars series. And if you are in the Southern California area, someone at Frankenstein's actually has them in hand ready to sell to you. So if you're looking for that figure, you want it early, go ahead and check out Frankenstein's. Price-wise, I don't know what he's asking for, but go ahead and check it out if you want. So next up, they did announce a vintage boba and Phoenix Shan, and this boba I actually did pick up despite not being a vintage collector. And even though I say that, the only other vintage character that I actually have picked up in the past was the Return of the Jedi Boba. If you can't tell, I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. And I did, in fact, cancel my pre-order for the Black Series Throne Room Boba Fett. It just looks so bad. The colors look so overly saturated. I'd rather just look into getting an SH Figuarts Boba Fett from The Mandalorian. It just looks 10 times better. I know I'm going to pay more for it, but I'll be happy paying that price for what I get. So I did cancel that pre-order, but I did pre-order the vintage collection boba that comes with the 2 little stormtrooper helmets, blast effects, rocket, and all these other cool things. But also Fennec Shan looks pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not a vintage collection collector, so I'm not gonna be picking her up. Boba was just a strictly one and done type of situation, and that's why I didn't back the Razor Crest. Not that it didn't look amazing and great, but because I didn't want to get into the vintage collection. As it is, I'm already trying to get out of the Black Series. Don't worry about that. But I didn't want to get pulled into the vintage collection after, collecting the Razor Crest and wanting figures to go along with it and whatnot. Although, oh man, that I do have plenty of 3.75-inch figures from my past, so I wouldn't necessarily need to buy a bunch because I have a bunch. Damn, did I fuck up not backing the Razor Crest? Damn it. Oh well, guys. It is what it is. But anyways, moving on, they did announce a Shore Trooper 4-pack in the vintage series. I really wish they would do these for Black Series. Obviously, it would cost a little bit more, but I think they should do it in the Black Series, but still somehow make it to where like you get a figure free. Because, like I said, they cost more. So if you're gonna price it a bit higher, you have to make it a little more worth our money and worth our while to purchase. Make it worth us buying a 4-pack or stuff. But I don't know. I highly doubt they'll ever do that. And like I said, if they ever do, it's gonna be really pricey, and I doubt it's gonna do well. But anyways, the last thing that I want to talk about in terms of Star Wars is they did announce a Bo-Katan helmet. And although I have absolutely no space for another helmet, I did place my pre-order for it because she has one of the coolest helmets in my opinion. And she is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars universe and lore. So I had to go and pick her up. And talking about helmets, my re-armored Boba Fett helmet is actually supposed to get delivered today. I'm kind of mad I didn't have them here in time for this. But yeah, randomly I got a shipping notification once again. Supposed to come next year at this point. I got a notification that I needed to approve the delay. And so I approved it, and it said it's going to come January 4th to February 6th. 2022, and I said okay, whatever, not a big deal. And I get a notification literally like 30 minutes before I film this that it's going to be delivered later on in this day. It gave me a very specific time window, but it'll be about, actually while I'm filming this, it should be the window of time. So you may hear a knock at the door, and that may be my Boba Fett helmet, but most likely not, because that wraps up this week's news, guys. That is it. Like I said, not too much news because I feel like companies are just trying to get out toys for the holidays and focusing on what they promised us and not really focusing on new ideas at the moment. That's for next year at this point, which is understandable. I mean, literally the week before Christmas, so as I'm filming this, it's literally a week before Christmas Eve, and then tomorrow would be a week before Christmas, so I am fighting the urge to just rip this thing open, like every little box in front of you guys. I'm not even lying. That's like really what I'm contemplating in my head. But no, I need some self-restraint and have some fun this holiday season because I'm having fun with it, opening it day by day. So like I said, I might just do a review after I've opened everything else. And also, it gives people other time to open it up and whatnot. And if you missed out and you just want to see what came in it and how it looked actually in hand, you can take a look at the video and whatnot. So yeah, this thing is actually pretty fucking cool. I'm not going to lie. This is actually going to go on my Christmas display. And everything's flocked, so that's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, super cool, guys. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into this week's unboxing. In this week's unboxing, alright guys, let's try that again. Here's this week's unboxing, the McFarlane Toys Retro 66 Riddler. Now this guy is super cool. Now Riddler is honestly one of my favorite villains in the Batman mythos, simply because he is just, he always tries to outsmart Batman. And honestly, I know Jim Carrey catches a lot of shit for his portrayal of the Riddler because they're like, oh, he's very Jokerish and all this stuff. But you know what? If you go back and watch the 66 Batman, this Riddler acts very hysterically and Jokerish, whereas Cesar Romero's Joker isn't even as hysterical and jokery as this guy. Go back and even just watch the movie, and the way this guy moves and everything, it's exactly like Jim Carrey. So I don't get where people say, oh, Jim Carrey didn't really play the Riddler. Like, he did. He played more of an original. Because if you even look at Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the Joker in 89 Batman, he wasn't all hysterical and crazy like Mark Hamill's or even Heath Ledger's portrayal. He was more contained and more just sinister and dark and evil. Yes, he had his moments of outlash, but he wasn't running around like Jim Carrey, you know what I mean? So that's just my hot take on that, because Batman Forever is just one of my personal favorite Batman movies. That was my Batman movie growing up. So that's just me, and I'm super excited to see the new Riddler. Fuck, who's playing the new Riddler? I can't even remember the actor that's playing the new Riddler in the new Batman movie, but I'm super happy, super excited. And like I said, it's a different version of the Riddler, a more grounded, more controlled version, a more sinister and dark version. Super cool. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and rip this guy open. I showed you guys both the front and the back. I of course have my handy dandy Batman knife. It's always fitting when it's a Batman character. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and cut into this guy. Are you guys excited for Christmas? I am. I'm always excited for Christmas. Been getting into the spirit lately, if you can't tell, with all this holiday shit. Watching Christmas movies. I hadn't watched them up until about this coming week. I don't know. I think after we got our tree and I started smelling the tree and everything, I really got into it and whatnot. So I've been watching Christmas movies. So I watched, the Rudolph, the Grinch. Those are some of my favorites. Growing up watching those classics, in school and stuff, I just always remember that during like the holiday Christmas party and stuff. So those always bring back great memories. And honestly, they're just great, when you think back at like the time and what they created, those stop motion pictures and everything, and it's just amazing when you think about it. So it's just some great artistry in my opinion. So always a fun time to watch. And the Grinch, like I said, Jim Carrey, one of my all-time favorite actors. So definitely always have a great time watching the Jim Carrey Grinch. Even the new Doctor Strange Grinch, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, is actually pretty decent. So I always think Dr. Seuss's films are really good. I've always been a big fan of them, especially The Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers, and even the Lorax, that new one with Zac Efron, the animated one. I thought that one was a really good movie. I'm just a Dr. Seuss fan, I guess. So hopefully Super 7 never makes any Dr. Seuss toys, or else I'd be in trouble. Hopefully I don't watch my channel. So, but anyways, I highly doubt they do. But, man, McFarlane really didn't want you to get this Riddler out of here. Riddle me this. How many Jessies does it take to get a fucking Riddler out of a packaging? Sure, if I had scissors it'd be easier, but I'm not gonna get scissors. Oh, there we go. Gives me a little something to grab onto now that I got one of them to fucking cut off. There we go. Finally, that was really tight. Couldn't fucking even grab it with my nails. Pull him out. Alright, so here we have him, all out of the package. Super cool, all green, awesome. So yeah, I really like him. And obviously he just comes with the little effects, the wham and the ouch, when Batman or Robin punches the shit out of him. So yeah, guys, I mean, I'll do a review of him, but should be a fun time. Like I said, always liked the Riddler, and I've always liked this portrayal of the Riddler. Like I said, he was always wacky and wild, and it was just a fun time. Batman 66 is a little bit of a guilty pleasure of mine, simply because it's just always a fun time with these guys. And it seems like, does he have a little bit more articulation? I don't know. It seems like he may have just slightly more articulation than... No, I think they have just the same. So I really do hope that at some point these figures are released in the multiverse line, because as cool as it is having retro figures of these guys, I mean, it'd be so much cooler to have... That's like the third time I've done that. It would be so much cooler to have, you know, multiverse versions of these, and have them be able to articulate and fight the way that these guys do. I think it would be super cool. Obviously, they're different in scale and stuff, and very different in articulation, but it is what it is. I'm happy with what we're getting in. I have the Batcave, the Batmobile, and the first wave already, so I figured, why not go ahead and snag the Riddler as well? But like I said, I'm not going to be grabbing the Batman and the Joker in the trunks. I was really, really hoping to display them next to the surfboard, but it is what it is. Todd decided not to include it, so it is what it is. It will be an easy pass for me. But yeah, guys, that is it basically for this week's Coffee and Toys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be seeing you the day after Christmas for the next podcast. So that will actually be the podcast I do, you know, my Christmassy episode and whatnot. Like I said, we'll do my top 10 figures in that episode. Probably won't be too much toy news with it being the week of Christmas, and I don't think I'll be getting anything in really. So, I'll be getting the helmet in today. I should be getting in my Guns N' Roses pop thing soon. So it may be the helmet and the pop thing at most next week. And my 501st Troopers if they happen to ship. So it should just be more of a laid back Christmassy episode next week. But since that will be the day after Christmas, even though I'll be filming it Christmas Eve, I do want to wish each and every single one of you a happy holidays. And whatever it is that you celebrate, thank you so much for spending time with me each and every single day of the week, or whenever it is that you do decide to take time out of your busy day to watch my videos. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you that have subscribed to the channel, that have hit that like button, that have left a comment, that have gone ahead and gone follow me over on Instagram at CoolFigurez, and my other Instagram, Epic Shots by CoolFigurez, where I post my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics. So thank you so much once again. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and get everything that you put on your wish list. And I hope Santa leaves you great gifts under the tree come Christmas Day. So that being said, once again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. That's an ad. I thought that was the music the whole time. It was just an ad. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. VRare Store, check them out, guys.